The sad reality about young men is that most of us are not going to make it. And that sounds pretty harsh, and it is. A good way to tell if you are going to make it is you go and look yourself in the mirror. Right now, just go do that. If you have to pause, I don't give a shit. Go and think, are you proud of who you are, of what you're doing, what you're achieving right now, what you're accomplishing? If you're not on track to make it. I don't mean like die, I mean like success in life. I mean become into that top, what they call the top 20%, according to the Pareto distribution. Those are the men that are successful in most aspects of life. So, like, good relationship, make good money, attractive-ish. The top 20% is where you want to be. If you're not in the top 20%, nobody wants you. Your life is going to suck. You're not going to be making a lot of money. All the depression and mental health issues that come with that. I mean, God, like, most people have mental health issues, and most of them can be resolved, but like I said, most of us aren't going to make it, and most of us are never going to have those issues resolved. Now, how can you make this sad, harsh reality? How can you turn it around? Because what I see on the internet is not people trying to tell young men how to turn it around. It's people feeding on young men, telling them, like, society's out to get you. If you're not in the top 20%, your life sucks. And then offering no solutions, just continuing to feed on the anger and resentment of young men instead of trying to help them. And they exploit that for views and money. Clearly, I'm not here to do that because I literally just come here and record videos for my own pleasure and to help people. I have no sponsorships. I have no money. I'm not a top 20% male either. Perhaps I am by some metric. I don't know. I haven't taken any polls lately, but I mean, what else? What other options? You know, there's nothing else you have to do except that one mission. Don't fall behind. Obviously, you can set goals and whatnot, but that's always in the back of your mind, isn't it? Am I in the lower echelons of society? Am I failing? Am I going to fail? Look, if you don't suffer by your own will, you're going to suffer by the will of nature, by the will of what you've created. And you're going to suffer when you least expect it. And you're going to suffer until you fucking die. And you're not going to be successful. You're going to suffer in ways that you couldn't even possibly predict. Maybe you're not a top 20% male. So in this, that's a stupid number to be honest, but in this aspect, you never learn how to be a good partner. So your wife leaves you when you're 40 and you kill yourself. If you had increased your skills in general as a man, if you had researched just a little bit, you would have learned how to be a good partner and how to maintain a relationship. Maybe you don't work hard enough and you never get your business to take off. So you're stuck working a job. You get promoted. You're a manager. You make good money. And then you get laid off because the stock market fails. The stock market fails like it does every 15 years. Just another reason not to work a shitty job. And then you get laid off and then, you have nothing. Maybe you have to go back live with your parents. Maybe you fucking fall into depression and become homeless and drug addicted. That's what happens when you're not in that the top 20% of men. The reason I keep saying that is because these are men that are resilient, that no matter what happens, no matter what environment you put them in, they will thrive, they will survive. That's the top 20%. That's what the idea is behind those top 20% of men. Most of you, most of us, will not make it there. Chances are, if you're watching videos like these, you're fine. Chances are, but you can't get lazy. You can't just think that's okay, that watching YouTube videos is enough. You need to choose your suffering, which I've said this before. Your path of resistance can either come now or it can come later. You can bust your ass now, you can suffer now. Tomorrow morning I'm waking up at 7 a.m. and I'm gonna run to the gym. And it's probably gonna be raining. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna run. It's about a mile. And then I'm gonna have to walk back or run back. Probably walk back because it's leg day. And then I got shit to do. I gotta clean my room. I'm gonna spend 30 minutes to an hour learning how to code, do some other shit, then go to work. I could just wake up later and not do anything. I could just lie around. I could go into the kitchen and grab some chocolate. There's a lot of chocolate in there. I could start eating that. I could go and eat some fast food, shove that shit into my mouth. I could jerk off 3 times tomorrow if I wanted to. And then in 10, not even 10 years, in 5 to 10 years, what do you think my life is going to look like? Versus if I had woken up today, 7 a.m., ran to the gym, in the rain, in the cold rain. It's cold in North Carolina. It's pretty cold right now. Hit my fucking leg day quota. Done all the shit that I needed to do. What do you think is going to happen in 5 years if I'm that kind of person? If I'm that man? I'm going to be far beyond 20% in 5 years. Versus the other guy who sits on his ass and does nothing. What do you think he's going to be in 5 years? What do you think his health is going to look like? What do you think his testosterone levels are going to look like? It's not even close. So yeah, it's a sad, harsh truth that most men don't make it. And those men don't deserve to make it. Harsh, sad. I mean, I'm sure maybe some of them do, they just got unlucky. But that is very few. That is probably not even 1%. Go down there just because of bad luck. You are in complete and total control of your future. And you have no choice, the way I see it, the way you probably see it as well. You probably agree with me that you need to suffer. You need to do shit that sucks. Not just aimlessly, you need to have a goal in mind, obviously. But that can be worked out later. Once you learn how to suffer, how to take that resistance throughout the day, I mean, you're already there. Once you can do that, you can do anything. I mean, literally, you can do anything. You can build a multi-million-dollar business given enough time. You can fucking go kill or you can go kill Putin if you wanted to. I'm sure if you dedicated your life, you could go and assassinate Putin. But nobody listens. Not nobody. Many people do listen. Many people understand this. But I can't expect somebody who doesn't understand this to just watch a video like this and then all of a sudden it clicks. That, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I am supposed to go to the gym. I'm not supposed to be a fat ass, lazy motherfucker. So I can be on track to kill myself when I'm 40. It's just not how things work. It takes time. It takes failure. It takes epiphanies. It takes fucking puberty and manliness to realize that life is just not easy. It's hard, and you gotta choose how you want it to be hard. So I've already made my choice. I don't do the most that I can most days, but I do pretty damn well compared to about a year or two ago. So I'm getting there. And that's just what it is. It's a compounding effect. In a few years, it's like an exponential growth. I'm on track for that growth. I'm gonna hit my self-improvement quota. I'm gonna hit my forearm mass quota. I'm gonna grow my forearms. It's gonna take a few years, but I'll get there.